give stuff away.
All right, you want to go see Nick Offerman, actor, humorist, woodsman, woodworker? He is doing a tour. It's going to bring him to Playhouse Square, Connor Palace Theater. It is Friday, September the 29th. If you go to playhousesquare.org, you'll be able to buy tickets. You can win them now, though. Funny dude. In any capacity. So caller 10, these tickets are yours now. 2 for Nick Offerman, end of next month. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
To all our men and women in uniform,
I've been a lifelong fan, 20 years in the military, come back, and to find your afternoon show is f***ing horrible.
thanks from the Alan Cox Show
Horrible.
on 100.7 WMMS.
Gonna play some of these guys on Saturday. Great metalcore from Chicago, Illinois. A band called Harm's Way. Straight Edge, I believe. Saturdays around here, we do 2 hours to midnight is the show. It's 120 minutes, another mid-metal. It's me, it's Corey Roddick, it's Pat Butler. If you're looking ahead to the weekend, Saturday night, 10 o'clock is when we do it. Play a lot of brand new stuff, play some classics, play local music, and your requests. So whatever you want to hear, tell me. 2HTM at WMMS.com. I always post the weekly playlists. At WMMS.com, we also have a 2 hours to midnight Facebook page if you want to go there. But it's a lot of fun. We have fun doing it. And if you're a metal fan, it is probably indispensable to your continued mental health. Your Cleveland Guardians are playing tonight. They were off last night after hosting the Tigers. They'll start up tonight against the Dodgers, who are a very good baseball team. And so the game is at 7:10. It's tonight, it's tomorrow. And then the iHeartRadio staff game on Thursday afternoon. I got guilted into agreeing to go briefly. I was trying to avoid it. I was unable.
Who did the guilting?
I'm not going to say.
I would like you to say.
I'm simply going to say that I acquiesced and said, fine, I'll show up for 10 minutes, but I have a program to do while you guys are enjoying the ball game. So that is my primary concern. But hey, man, I'm a team player. Pardon the pun. 7:10 tonight, Dodgers at Guardians on your FM home for Cleveland Guardians baseball, 100.7 WMMS. And on the iHeartRadio app, your Guardians sit at a comfy 59-66. It's been a rough go this season. It's been a weird summer in general. It's been a rough go for Cleveland baseball fans. Alan, I think that we are just an ant farm that aliens are observing, like the band. There you go. Bless you.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I hope you're going to get over your
Singular
allergies
sneeze.
before you get yourself to the Offspring show.
You might sneeze a boob right out of that top.
No, she put her hoodie back on.
I know, but I'm saying like if you sneeze at the show.
Maybe. I don't know. It's pretty tight. Double lined.
Yeah.
Although I don't like having this thing around my neck all day. I will tell you that. Not a big fan. I mean,
The strap of the holding
I can
those
tie it
jugs up.
the other way. I don't have to tie it around my neck like this, but this is how it's supposed to go. I guess it can go any way you want it to. But
Yeah.
Can you do it the other way just for now since you don't
yeah,
like
I'm
that?
gonna actually because it feels like there's something choking me. There's
And
not.
you only like that sometimes.
Not even really.
Oh, you're not a choky person?
No, not really.
Not a choky person.
I feel like every girl's a choky person these days.
I think girls. Well, I don't know. It's never been my thing. Some people I'm sure are into it, but it's never been one of my.
Maybe the
things.
type of girl that I'm into just
Yeah.
happens to be a choky type.
Yeah, that's not for me. I don't like. I know there. You
I'm there
talk
to please, you know.
Huh?
I'm there to please. I'm not.
You've
initiating
never
the choke.
you've never politely declined.
I mean, if they want
So I
to be
think you
choked,
gotta-
I'm going to choke them.
Yeah, but you got to be into it too.
Yeah.
I mean,
If they're into it, then it's hot. but I'm not going to be.
But if there's something you're not into, as the deliverer of the choke, she can't choke herself.
It's right, but that's what I'm saying. Like if that's something that's going to help her in the situation, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
There's very few things I'm going to be like, no, I'm not doing that.
I have politely declined. What is one?
Paperwork.
During sex.
During sex.
Yeah. Nope.
Sign this affidavit.
It's not what she means by goldenrod, Bill. Yeah, no, I would. I have politely declined that. Said no, thank you.
P. Golden stuff.
Because if the roles were reversed and I said, hey, I'd like you to do this, you can bet your ass she'd scrunch her eyebrows and go, nah. So I think guys feel more compelled because you don't know if there's going to be a repeat performance. So you got to do whatever she wants you to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying you do have, it is well within your jurisdiction to go, no, thank you.
Right. But I just don't.
If the only thing keeping her on the hook is your hands around her neck, there might be a larger conversation.
Yeah.
And listen, everybody should get off how they want to get off. It's just, people are like, oh, it took me a long time to even get into the smacking. Because I'm like, I just don't.
You mean like
I'm
spanking?
Or yes, I'm not
okay.
like I don't.
Spanking and smacking are different things.
Well, okay.
A spank is on the butt. A smack is on the face.
No, a smack is on the butt. It can be anywhere.
If we're talking sex stuff.
As someone who got spanked in a non-sexual way the bulk of my childhood, it took me a long time to get past that,
Trauma.
blood-brain trauma. Potato, call it whatever you want. Now you sound like my shrink.
See, my thing is more like there's a couple things I'm like, yeah, we're not going to do that. But most of the time I'm like, hey, man, if you need to put your hand there, you need to. I think it's more visual for guys than it is about power. And if it is about power, then I probably don't want to be with you. The whole choking thing.
Well, I also understand there's an entire generation of people who grew up on pornography and think that that's like normal stuff. And I think it went full circle where girls were like, well, this is what they want now, so I guess maybe I'll get into this.
No, for me, it's like I'm not into the choking, but if they want to be choked, I will do it. And I will perform it the way that they want it to be.
But no one's ever going to convince me that those things are not reflective of where porn is too.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because like when I was in college, I mean, I was getting around a lot.
Listen,
and it's like nobody ever asked me to choke them. Yeah. So there is a point in time, not that it didn't exist, but there's a point in time at which that really ramped up.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
And if I'm showing up with a pizza with a hole cut through the middle, then
something wrong with you.
What? We're just talking about the
Something
porn
wrong
stuff.
with them. Yeah.
That's an old standby at this point.
Hey, Alan, this is David from Westlake. I'm just catching up on the podcast, and I'm a little concerned for you guys on your pizza deal. Is there any concern on your end that Papa Giuseppe's Pizzatorium might come after you legally? I hear they're a pretty litigious organization, so just be careful. Just trying to look out for you. Thanks.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't call it a pizza deal. I mean, we got word that Geraci's Tito Francona's joint in the backside of our building here was going to be doing pizzas after some of their premier talent here at iHeart Cleveland, which unbelievably includes us. But Papa Giuseppe's, Bill and I, of course, were the marketing geniuses behind that, and that's what led to their almost immediate downfall. Oh. But there was really no litigation there. We had franchise points. Again, the biggest problem was we put two locations right next door to each other. And we thought that was really innovative. But as it turns out, it really
kind of backfired.
It backfired. It freaked people out. It confused them. No end. Now, the commercials for people who lived in Northeast Ohio about 10 years ago, the commercials were fantastic. And so there was that initial spike in business because people were just curious because Bill and I put these together in a way that would pique everyone's curiosity.
Friendly, attractive female service. We ain't got them.
Papa Giuseppe's second tablecloth pizzatorium.
Yeah, we wanted to be transparent in the marketing. Our thought was, everybody else is going, oh, do this, it's the best. Let's just strip away the artifice and let's tell people what's going on. The Papa Giuseppe's people were, I'd stop short of saying they were furious. Livid is a word that comes to mind, but
hey, if some guy's beanbag touches your deep dish, you get $1 off. Papa Giuseppe's second tablecloth pizzatorium.
Listen,
and I was like, people love a deal.
Coupons work.
Yeah.
Why is he yelling?
That's been proven. Who, the Papa Giuseppe's guy?
That's how guys that make pizza talk.
That's how you cut through the din, Mary. The advertising noise.
I didn't realize.
Hey, don't forget the balls! Meatballs! Hey, it's Papa Giuseppe's second tablecloth pizzatorium. Shut up!
That's a good one.
Now, that was an ad lib. We didn't tell the guy to say shut up. But there it
Felt
is.
it.
And we went with it. We were directing. He said that, and we're like, we're keeping it. It's a keeper.
Yep.
And it's also one of the very few ones where he didn't use an expletive, so we kind of were in a place where we had to use it.
Right. Some guy's beanbag gets, I mean, that's expletive adjacent.
Yeah.
And so we learned a lot. We learned that beanbag might not be a great marketing term to put in your commercials for a restaurant.
And it didn't
It was
help
very much a learning situation for all of us involved.
when we told him not to say that, and he just used technical terms and said scrotum. That's also not good for a pizza commercial.
Nope.
So we met him in the middle at beanbag.
Now, we did get sued for scrotum because there was an antacid company that it's called Scrotums. And they did file. We got a C&D from them. Alan, wasn't Mary all upset for not being invited to the faculty baseball game last year? Faculty. The staff baseball game?
No. I wanted to. There was a baseball game that they played at Progressive Field.
Right.
That was earlier this year.
That was earlier this year, and I said that I wanted to do it, and they picked Bill instead of me, and there
'Cause
were
you're a
no
woman.
women.
You're a woman.
And what made me even more mad than that was that instead of picking me, they put someone from a different station on the WMMS team. That's what made me mad.
That made me mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do we... Listen, I know
When
we
I
got
was,
4 people here, but I mean, like...
excited to do it and totally ready and like fully on board. And they were like, no, not you. We're going to pick a different man from another station and use him instead. That's what made me mad.
We need the athletic prowess of one Carmen Angelo.
Right. Come on now. That was what I was upset about.
They didn't really pick anybody. It just people kept following up until they're like, okay, I guess you're on the team.
I don't think that's how it goes.
Wait,
Yeah, that's literally how it works.
Are you implying that Mary didn't follow up enough?
I sent 2 emails. I don't know how many. I sent 7.
I don't know. I sent a bunch.
I sent 2. I sent the initial, hey, I want to do this, and then the follow-up maybe a week or 2 later, hey, what's going on with this?
Yeah.
And you were rebuffed.
I was not, no response. I got one to the initial one, thanks, I'll send your name in or whatever.
Well, if that is a promotion that happens again, maybe you can, we can see to it that you get in there.
No, now I'm going to decline.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
good job.
Never underestimate spite, but wouldn't it be more fun to be in the game?
Yes.
But the spite is more meaningful to me, and so that's the way we'll go.
Right.
Maybe you and
really
Poundcake
fun.
could be on a spite team.
Just the 2 of us. Sitting out in the, just talking smack
Arms
out.
crossed.
Yeah. We're in the stands with signs.
Look at that
Hat
bitch.
is down real low. Baseball cap got can barely see my eyes.
We're just heckling the whole time.
You finally use that pants feet sign.
You call that a swing?
Yeah.
Oh, nice arm. My grandma throws farther than that.
By the way, today marks 1 week remaining for you to cast your vote for Cody Brown as Best Sports Talker in Cleveland at Cleveland Scene's Best of 2023. Their website is clevescene.com. At the very top, you'll see the banner there. You can vote through the 29th of this month. Now, I am out tomorrow. We'll be back live on Thursday, so there will be no Poundcake Sports Break this week, unless he does like an Instagram Live or something like that. But otherwise, you'll have to wait until next week. But do not wait until next week to cast your vote for him, because we think that it would be hilarious if he beat all of these other legit sports broadcasters in town.
They think it's funny, too.
They think it is hilarious. They are very, very pleased at his inclusion. And, of course, don't forget to vote for Bill and Mary in their respective comedy categories. And for WMMS is nominated, of course, for Best Radio Station. But, yeah, Cody Brown, Best Sports Talker.
That's the one. That's the one.
That is the one.
On.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like me as the best female comedian, vote for whoever you do think the best female comedian is. I don't care. We want Cody to win this.
I legit didn't recognize a single other name in your group of nominees.
There's not a lot of other women actively working in the Cleveland scene, but here's the thing I will say is that something like this might bring attention to other women. So for me, it's not a huge deal. I would love to see one of the younger girls get this award as much as I would love to see myself get
Well,
it.
then which one would you like people to vote for?
What are the names? Do you have it pulled up?
I don't. Well, no, let me bring it up. I was just looking at Cody's thing here. I believe the comedians are in arts and entertainment.
Only because I've won this.
Female comedians.
Every time that they separate male and female, I win. And I remember how amazing it felt the first time I won in like 2014 or 2015 when I was like, oh my God, people are recognizing it. Like it's a really cool feeling to be like recognized for something that you love.
Tabitha Jones.
She's great.
Cam Godfrey.
She's killing it this year. Huge up and comer.
Khadijah Wingo.
Don't know her.
Jamie Stewart Crawford.
Also don't know her.
Kelly Thewlis.
Very funny and from Canton. So she's actually helping to build a scene.
So does that work for her or against her?
Well, she's helping to build a scene where there isn't really one. She's part of a group down in Canton called Females of Comedy that are really doing a lot of work trying to build up the Canton comedy scene.
So she's putting the can in Canton. It's not Canton, it's Canton.
Correct.
But two of these people you don't know.
Yes, the three that I know personally that I have worked with are Tabitha, Cam, and Kelly.
And so you would tell, so if you were required to, because you said, hey, I want to see a young up-and-comer make this thing.
I would love that.
Instead of me, you would tell these people to vote for whom?
I don't know which one. And any of them, honestly. And I can't say anything
Gotta
for the
pick
other
one.
two because I've never seen them.
No, you got to pick the ones one of the ones you know. It winnows it down. There's two of them you don't know. You take the three you do know, and you give people a name. Because I guarantee you the audience has never heard of these people. So you've got to point them in the right
Cam
direction.
and Kelly are working really, really hard at stand-up right now.
Don't dodge.
Well, I'm trying
They're all working hard at stand-up.
Well, I'm saying in the last year or so.
I mean, they probably got on because they're like friends with one of the editors or something, but they threw them a bone.
No, I don't think it's people
I would say
nominate them.
I would say Kelly because she's in she's in a much smaller market, and at the Cleveland Comedy Awards, Cam Godfrey cleaned up. She went home with like 9 Cleveland Comedy Awards.
So you're giving people two names.
Well, I'm saying that if I had to pick one, I would probably say Kelly.
Because she's in Canton.
Well, she works really hard.
The other ones
And
don't.
she's funny. No, they do. That's what I'm saying is that everybody, you can't go wrong with anybody on the list.
All right.
But you don't have to.
Well, you don't know
vote
that
for
because
me.
there's two of them you don't know.
That's true. I don't know how funny they are.
They
but
might
I would-
suck. I mean, you know,
I've
you can't go
never
wrong
seen
with
it.
anybody. You don't know that.
That's true.
All right,
But what
Mary's
I'm
trying to
saying
hedge her bets.
You don't have
I will
to
cast.
vote for me.
I will cast my vote for the Mary Santora
That's fine.
at
I do-
clevescene.com.
I
But
do
again,
remember.
first and foremost, Cody Brown,
That's
best
the one.
sports talker.
That's
is
the one that
one.
matters.
Yep.
Because that first time you win, it does feel really, really cool.
Hey, would you like to join us on Saturday for the Alan Cox Show cruise? It's Captain Fun's Floating Fandango aboard the brand new Lady Caroline, and we couldn't be more excited to hang out with you on Saturday afternoon. It's brought to you by WMMS and Bud Light. I will have the next pair of passes for you after the break.
It's the Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And